Hi guys, welcome back. So this is part 2 of making the little folder. Now I've gone through all my lace and bits and pieces, and I've got all my blue bits out, and I've got a little bit of the cheesecloth here. This cheesecloth is a little bit different to what this is, a new one, and it's sort of like quite hard, like this, and it's sort of almost tea stained as well. So I think it's sort of like the natural one. So I've actually rubbed it to make it a little bit softer, so it's a bit nicer. And also I've got some of my that's the elastic band I was looking for, some of my little flower trim there as well, because you can see on this one I've added a few bits of it to the inside of here and the outside, so I'm going to just embellish some of these bits. Right, so this is the pockets that we did last time. So what I'm going to do, and also I've done my little tags here. So I've sewn around the little heart, so I'm going to put 3 in the top, and then I'm going to put 3 in the bottom, because I don't think that will hold any more. So I'm just going to put 3 in there. So that's those to go in. So I'm going to just decorate these, I think. So what did we say? We're going to have the butterfly one here. And then we can just pop the little flower one on there. Okay, so let's have a little bit of cheesecloth underneath, I think. Cut a little bit off here. Wrinkle it all up. Like this way. It doesn't matter if it hangs off the bottom. I'm quite happy if it hangs out like that. I'm going to get a little bit of glue. I'm just going to use a little bit of my glue stick for this, just for the cheesecloth, like that. And then this can just wrinkle up just a little bit, like that. Pop that on. And then maybe a little bit of piece of lace somewhere, just so it sort of almost pops out of the bottom. Stick that down, so it just pops out there like that. And then we can have one of these little flowers, and the little end one on there like that. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'll use my 3 in 1. It's not the right one, I think it's this one here. There we go. So I shall stick this, I have to put this upside down really. Silly Billy. Okay, bit of this on there to stick that piece of lace. So just got your little bits of lace and your little bits, your little scrap box out of bits and pieces, and you can just add whatever you've got on there. Nice big mess on there. Okay, so stick that like that on there. I just get another tiny bit of this. Scrunch up there. Just to put the little flower on. It looks better, doesn't it? This is just sticky and horrid at the moment. There we go. So that's one little pocket. So that I might cut these little frayed bits off afterwards, so that would sit on there like that, and then we'll pop this one on here. What shall we have? We could actually have this hanging from the pocket, couldn't we? And that on top, because it doesn't really matter if there's anything hanging down there. Yes, I think I might do that. So let's just pop a little bit of glue down here. could have actually sewn this on if I thought about it before. I could have stuck this on and sewn it on so it's a little bit stronger, but this glue is good anyway. There we go. Cut that off, and that will be hanging down there like that. A little bit more of this cheesecloth. Scrunch it up a little bit. Glue stick along here. I think the glue stick helps it to sort of, like, if you want it to wrinkle up a little bit, it helps it to just wrinkle a bit and stick down. And we've got our little flower. Stick on like that. Okay. Didn't put it upside down again, but never mind, there we go. Lovely, and then we'll pop a little one of these on. Chop that off. I think you can go this side, just like that. Stick that down. Okay, so there we go. That's 2 little pockets we've got on there. And I just chop these little bits off. That's better. They go on like that. Now we need to concentrate on this side. Let's just take those off. So I'm going to, let's just decorate this first, shall we? Okay, let's put that on. Shall we have something down the side? Where's the end of this? Down there. And that can sit on there. Okay. Let's move that bit out of the way so I don't get it all covered in glue. So find the end of this. Also, it's a nice long piece. So I'm going to glue that along the edge. Again, I could have sewn it before I stitched it if I thought about it properly. And this is really goopy. Let me just wipe the end off. Go. Okay. Stick that along. Perfect. There's a glue everywhere. Going to stick this down. Now I've got to be careful because I need to sew this on, so I need it over this way just a little bit more. I'll go a bit higher and then I can stick something over this bit. Okay, stick this on like this. Pop glue on your little tabs. That. Stick it sort of there. I think that's sort of level. Okay. Now I need something pop inside. Is that not going to fit? so that's a nice little pocket. Now what I thought, I might just pop something down the bottom. A little bit of cheesecloth. Actually add a couple of layers of this. A bit of ribbon in between. So what shall we use? I do have this, which I put in the same. I think that should be enough to do the middle bit. I'm hoping I will have enough either side. Just about. So that's going to be for the middle of that. What can we put in between? A little bit of this. That's quite nice, isn't it? Do that. Doesn't matter if that bit's got on there. And then we could have a couple of these, couldn't we? That looks pretty, so we'll have 3. Okay. So it's just sort of like layering up some bits on here. So pop a little bit of glue, have a little bit of cheesecloth there. And we need a bit for the ribbon, with a little bit of pretty lace, which we could sort of wrinkle up just a little bit if it would do that. Stick that down. Look. What a mess I'm making. And this will probably stick on top like that. Perfect. And then I'm going to pop some, I think that's the back, a little bit of glue on the back of each one of these and pop it there. There we go. I think that looks really pretty, doesn't it? Okay, let's get all these bits out of the way. So that looks nice on there. Make sure they're stuck down nicely. Okay, let's get our book back, our cover. So that's the front. So then that sits on there. And then we have enough room to pop the little postcard in. So let's see, shall I put that over the top? Or underneath? Quite like it over the top actually. Like that. Perfect. So this has got to sort of stick in there. So I'm going to actually mark that because that's probably about where I want it. Doesn't matter about the pencil line because it's going to be covered up with the lace. So this is going to be the middle. Let me just stick that on. Okay. So I'm going to stick this pocket down now, and I'm going to stick it in with some glue, like that, just a little bit of this, just to hold it in place before I sew it. Okay, and we'll line it up, oops, line it up with that pencil mark. Stick it down. Some of the glue, it's oozed out the top there. That's stuck down nicely. And then we want the little pockets here, don't we? So I'm going to stick the corner one down on the corner there. Squidge it out. A little bit of glue to hold it in place. Oops. Straight, oozing out. I think I'm using a little bit too much glue. It's coming out quite quickly. So this one, just, what a mess I'm making. I have to get my new glue, I think, because this one just oozes out too quick. So I need to glue this bit like this and down the side. This has to be glued on a bit better. So we need to use a little bit more glue because this isn't going to be sewn. It's only going to be sewn, oops, down this side. So if I say about there, looks about right, doesn't it? Squidge that down. Okay, perfect. Let's put the lid on this dreadful glue. Oh no, what am I doing? I need to glue this one down as well. Please don't dry. I have to put this one down because I'm not going to sew that, am I? Silly Billy. So that's got to go on. There, so that's got to stick down. There we go, and then we just sew around this bit. Perfect. There we go. Right, before we sew that, let's pop the middle bit in. So there we go, so we've got our pocket. So we've got one pocket there, a little heart pocket, and then the little tab pocket there. So these can go in there like that. Okay, so now I'm going to sew in, or I'm going to stick in this like that before we sew it. I'm going to cut this in half because I've just got enough of this lovely lace to do the front and the back. Where's the middle? So the middle has got to go like that. Right, I'm going to stick it in with some glue stick like this. Just hold it down before I sew it. This way round. Make sure we've got it in the middle. There we go. And then we want the same on this side. A little bit of the glue stick, squidge down the middle. And then this, let's just cut these little bits off. Don't want those on there. And then this can line up with those like that. That should be in the middle. Perfect. Right, so I'm going to go and sew this in now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to sew all the way around the edge, and then I'm going to sew up either side of this so it holds in this side bit here, and it will hold in this piece of lace. So before we can pop in the little signature that we're going to make. Okay, so I shall be back. Okay, so I've sewn all around the edges, and I've sewn this in, and I've sewn in the pockets. So I'm going to leave it there because my battery is about to run out. So next time we'll do the front and sew in the signature and add all the little bits and pieces. Alright guys, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.